Oh, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, I know a lot of people have the hardest time understanding the worth when gold and silver gives you worth, and so I'm gonna keep trying to find a way to explain it so people understand. Now, first, gold and silver takes personal responsibility. That's the first thing, because you have to buy it, you have to keep it some way or another, and you have to use wisdom on how you're going to use it, because it's not what I'm talking about is not an investment. Investment, you buy low, you sell high. This is not. This is to get you worth. Okay. Now, I'm going to try to explain it here. Now, it used to be people would save 10% of their whatever income that they have. Now, it can, and I'm not talking about, well, you got so much going off in taxes and stuff like that. I mean, the money you get, you save 10% of it. And now the people that are more responsible, I guess you'd say, would save 15 or 20%. Okay, now the thing is, now where this number came from, I don't know, but this is the way it was when I was a youngin'. And we were taught to save money. Even my kids, I taught my kids. Now then again, I remember I said I've owned my own businesses. My kids worked. They had a job when they were little kids. So when they had their job, they would be paid. And I would pay them like $5 a week or something like that. And so they would have money. And so they learned what money was. And then they would, when they accumulated so much, then we would go buy stock. Because this was back in the days when people thought businesses were good, the government was good, and stuff like that. And so I taught them, you're making money, now you save so much money, and then when you get up to, and what it was, $50, and then we'd go and we would buy some kind of stock. They would make their choices of what kind of stock and stuff like that. The funny thing is, my kids got, and they did that the whole time they were up to 18 years old. As long as they were under my control, I made sure they saved money. And then they put their money into stock. It's funny because they got married, they're 40-some years old now. And even now, they still, and it was some kind of funds is what they ended up going. They get the stock and then they ended up putting it in mutual funds of some type. And so they still own, as far as I know, they still own those mutual funds. They learned by owning stock and stuff, you have to keep up with the stock market, you have to know which stocks to buy and when to sell and stuff like that, and it was easier for them just to get the mutual fund. So that's what they ended up doing. But the thing is, it dawned on me, like I said, I've been talking to some local people down here, and all they talk about is they're poor people. And it dawned on me, well, why are these people poor? Well, the thing is, they don't save anything. That's the first thing. So if you don't save money, that means you live your life paycheck to paycheck. Now, that's not much of a way to live a life. And that's why I say I don't even know. I can't relate to you if you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck. Because like I say, what happens when that paycheck stops? I mean, your whole life goes to hell, so that's why you're supposed to save, so, and what happens when you save, that takes personal responsibility too. You're saving 10%, it takes personal responsibility. So it's dawning on me when these poor people down here, oh, I'm poor, I don't have any money, and I don't have saved any money. Okay, they're poor, they're poor people, they haven't saved any money. Those are symptoms, and those are symptoms of the lack of personal responsibility. They don't realize they've been going paycheck to paycheck, and it dawned on them, I don't like living paycheck to paycheck. So maybe if I save money, I won't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And but like I say, I guess nobody explained that to them. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now for me personally, I don't save money. I'm lousy on saving money. I can't save money. And I never have been able to. Since I was a little kid, I've never been able to save money. So that's why I say I got into the habit of buying gold and silver. Maybe when I was a kid, you don't make much money. Was it I made $92 a month in Vietnam, in Marines. So that means, I'm only saving, maybe $10 a month, so. And at that time, I would save the money, and now what I did at that time, I saved my money and I bought real estate, and put my money in real estate. I didn't do good in real estate, and so, and then like I say, I went into the oil business, and after the oil business, that's when I realized, and I was like 35 years old, and then after that is when it dawned on me, because I'm still not saving money. What I do is I do get the money together, and then I would invest my money in something. And up to 35 years old, my investments haven't been paying off. So I didn't have any money saved. I didn't have nothing. That's when I started doing gold and silver. And like I say, at that time, it was like $5, $10, maybe $20 a month. And I'd buy gold and silver at that time. And every month, and I got into the habit of doing that. That's called taking personal responsibility. And so, and even though it was just a little bit amount, at least I am buying something. I'm learning where to buy it. I'm taking personal responsibility, how to buy it, where to buy it, what I want to buy. And then I got to keep it someplace, and then I got to dig a hole. I remember I told you I buried mine. And then I dig a hole and bury it, and so, and then there's more and more. And all this time, what you think I've been waiting for Social Security? You were thinking that I'm thinking that the government is going to take care of me when I get old? Is that what you were thinking about? So no, I wasn't thinking about that. After the government screwed me over in the 80s, I realized it's just not me. They do that to everybody. So I knew at that time the government was it's corrupt as can be. And I didn't know how bad it was going to get. And so the idea of thinking I'm going to wait for Social Security, I'm going to live my life on Social Security, no. That's why I was buying $10, $20 a month in gold and silver, and kept doing that. Okay, now eventually, but I didn't save any money. Like I said, I don't trust banks, because when I was in the oil business, I saw the bank shut down, so, and then the stock, I've learned that the government, when the stock market drops, to keep it from crashing, the government buys stock, and so then that keeps the market up. So the market is kept up artificially, like everything's artificial, and kept up by the government. And so that means the government's the biggest stockholder in the world? I was thinking that. And then I found out the government uses stock to pay off hitmen, just when they work deals with people, they'll work out a deal and then say, well, here, I'll give you another $100,000 in stock. See, so that's what they were doing with stock. I thought they were just holding it, but they weren't. They use it to bribe and make deals. So that's how the system works. I'm not involved in the system, so that means I'm not going to benefit. If I'm not going to benefit, in other words, eventually I'm going to get screwed. I figured all this stuff out a long time ago. And that's why I buy the gold and silver every month. And now it's got some buried here, got some buried there. Now what happens is I'm not buying and selling. I'm just keep accumulating. That is worth. You think I'm worried about my next paycheck? You know, I'm going from paycheck to paycheck. And I say I just started getting Social Security, you know, and I thought, well, I got it now. And but see, I wasn't planning on going back to the States. That's why I thought, well, let me get Social Security. And I got Social Security. And same thing, I don't use hardly any of the money, so same thing, I buy more gold and silver. So the thing is, I take personal responsibility. I'm in good habits, and this is how I'm able to keep going. And it's not the idea of, let me sell this gold and silver. No, it's just, and matter of fact, now I don't even want to accumulate it anymore. But I say, I'm homeless. I don't have a home. You know, I don't have a job. You know, I've got nothing, no money. You know, so, you know, I mean, it's really weird. But I say, since I got gold and silver, it's not that bad. It's a good life. But like I say, I've got something without a government guarantee, without anybody going to be taking care of me and stuff like this. It's all taken care of already. So that's hopefully that'll be another way of you thinking, taking personal responsibility. And it's better if you can save money. That's good. I just don't know where you're going to put that money. You don't want to put it in a bank. You don't want to buy stock. You know, I mean, you don't want cash. And it used to be in the old days, everybody put cash under their mattress. They don't even do that. Nobody wants cash anymore. So, you know, I'm not sure. And we're right back to the same thing. It's back to gold and silver is the way to go. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.